Junior versus senior developer. Can you spot the difference? It's not just about years of experience, it's about mindset, habits, and the way they approach problems. Let's dive in. Whether you're just starting your coding journey or you've been in the game for years, understanding these differences can save you a world of time, frustration, and maybe even your career. This isn't just about climbing the ladder. It's about knowing how to grow, how to think, and how to work smarter, not just harder. We're going to break down the core distinctions that separate the novices from the veterans, and spoiler alert, it's less about the number of years on your resume and more about the way you think and operate day to day. By the end of this, you'll have a clear roadmap on what to focus on to accelerate your own growth. Let's start with the first big one, the approach to problems. A junior developer often gets a task and immediately starts writing code, driven by an optimistic hope that it'll just work. They might dive headfirst into a solution without fully grasping the problem scope. A senior developer, on the other hand, steps back first. They take the time to deeply understand the requirements, ask clarifying questions, and map out a plan before a single line of code is written. They might sketch out a diagram, write pseudocode, or just think through the data flow. This initial planning phase might feel slow, but it saves countless hours of debugging and refactoring down the road. Remember, planning first saves you from panicking later. Next up, let's talk about debugging. This is where the difference becomes crystal clear. When a junior developer hits a bug, their first instinct might be to react. They'll start randomly changing code, sprinkling console log statements everywhere, and refreshing the page, hoping something sticks. It's a trial and error approach. A senior developer debugs methodically. They approach the bug like a detective. They read the error message carefully, form a hypothesis, and then use tools to trace the code execution step by step. They work to isolate the problem, systematically ruling out possibilities until they find the true root cause. It's a deliberate, efficient process, not a frantic scramble. Efficiency is key, and a systematic approach will always beat random guessing. Now for a classic, reading documentation. A junior developer's reflex is often to Google the problem and head straight to Stack Overflow. They're looking for a quick fix, a code snippet they can copy and paste to make the error go away. While this can work in the short term, it doesn't build deep understanding. A senior developer treats documentation as their primary source of truth. They take the time to read the official docs, understand the underlying concepts of the library or framework they're using, and then adapt the solution to their specific use case. They're not just solving a single problem. They're rebuilding a mental model and a foundation of knowledge that will serve them for years to come. The goal is to understand, not just to copy. Let's move on to code quality and style. Junior developer code might get the job done, but it can often be messy, hard to read, and difficult to change. It works, but that's where the story ends. A senior developer understands that code is read far more often than it is written. Their code not only works, but it's also clean, maintainable, readable, and scalable. They use meaningful variable names, write comments where necessary, and follow consistent formatting. They're always thinking about the next developer who will have to touch this code, even if that next developer is themselves 6 months from now. They know that maintainable code is the backbone of a healthy project. This brings us to time management. A junior developer might struggle with estimating how long a task will take. They can get stuck on a single bug for hours, spinning their wheels without making progress, or get easily distracted by multitasking. A senior developer has honed their ability to manage their time effectively. They are masters of prioritization, knowing how to break large, intimidating tasks into small, manageable chunks. They focus on the high-impact work that delivers the most value, and know when to stop and ask for help instead of wasting a whole day. It's the classic principle of working smarter, not just harder. Their focus is what makes them so productive, not just their busyness. One of the most subtle but powerful differences is in their mental models. A junior developer often sees code as a series of individual lines to be written. Their focus is on the immediate task at hand. A senior developer thinks in systems. They see the bigger picture, the patterns, the architecture, and how all the different parts of the application connect and interact. They can anticipate potential problems and design solutions that are robust and scalable from the start. They're not just building a feature, they're contributing to a complex, living system. This ability to think abstractly is the hidden power that comes with deep experience. What about asking for help? This one can be tricky. A junior developer might be afraid to ask questions, worried they'll look incompetent. They might spend hours stuck on something that a quick question could have solved in minutes. On the other end, they might ask questions without doing any research first. A senior developer, however, knows how to ask for help strategically. They respect their colleagues' time, so they'll do their due diligence first. But they're not afraid to ask for a second opinion or for guidance on a complex issue. They ask targeted, intelligent questions that demonstrate what they've already tried. They understand that collaboration is a strength, not a weakness. It's about leveraging the team's collective knowledge, not about ego. Finally, let's talk about the most important difference of all, the mindset toward learning. When a junior developer encounters a difficult bug or a major setback, they might see it as a personal failure, leading to frustration and self-doubt. A senior developer sees that same bug as a learning opportunity. They get curious. What caused this? How can I prevent it in the future? What does this teach me about the system? They embrace challenges because they know that growth comes from stepping outside their comfort zone. They have a deep-seated curiosity and a passion for continuous improvement. They never stop learning, and that's what makes them truly unstoppable. So, as you can see, the line between junior and senior isn't a hard one drawn by years of experience. It's a collection of mindsets, habits, and approaches to the daily challenges of being a developer. And here's the best part, every single one of these senior traits can be learned and practiced. A junior developer can start becoming a senior today by deliberately focusing on these habits. It's not magic, it's a commitment to deliberate, consistent growth. Start planning before you code, debug methodically, and treat every bug as a lesson. That is the path forward. Thanks for watching, and if you found this helpful, be sure to like and subscribe for more content. See you in the next one.